Eastenders announces sexual assault storyline for Yolande Trueman featuring flashback scenes. The BBC One soap is working with charities End Violence Against Women Coalition and Hourglass on the new storyline. Yolande Trueman will be the focus of a new sexual assault storyline in Eastenders. The BBC One soap has already aired uncomfortable scenes for Yolanda as she felt that her personal body space had been invaded twice by her friend and confidant Pastor Gideon Clayton, portrayed by Howard Sadler. Following this, Yolanda feels punished by the pastor this week when he shut her out of her fundraising project in favor of his wife Stella, manipulating Yolanda by saying she was making it uncomfortable for them to be alone together. Now, following the return of Yolanda's husband Patrick Trueman to Albert Square later this month, Pastor Clayton will turn even nastier with Yolanda. The storyline will be the chief focus of the hour-long special due to air on Wednesday, April 17, 2024, which will also include special flashback scenes featuring accounts from other women who are survivors of sexual assault at the hands of Pastor Clayton. Executive producer Chris Clenshaw said of the storyline, "This is an important story that we hope will raise awareness of how women at any age can be groomed by someone in a position of power." He continued, "It was vital for us to work alongside End Violence Against Women Coalition and Hourglass to truthfully present and sensitively portray Yolanda's sexual assault storyline." Alongside this statement, Andrea Simon, director of End Violence Against Women Coalition, said of Yolanda's story, "We're proud to work with Eastenders on this important storyline. Sexual assault happens to women of all ages and backgrounds, but many find they aren't believed or taken seriously. Older women, Black women and others who are marginalized are at the sharp end of this, with huge consequences for their access to justice and support. TV shows can play a huge role in shifting attitudes across society. We hope this storyline helps dispel myths and stereotypes about what victims and survivors look like and how perpetrators behave, and ultimately increases understanding of sexual assault." Additionally, Veronica Gray, Deputy CEO and Director of Policy at Hourglass, said of the storyline, "This is a landmark moment for all older victims of abuse in the UK and beyond." Eastenders, shaping a storyline around the too often hidden nightmare of sexual abuse of older people, finally brings this issue out of the shadows and into public consciousness. We hope this will start an important conversation in many households across the UK. Hourglass is delighted to work with Eastenders on this storyline to provide advice, and we were impressed by how engaged the scriptwriting team were and how keen they were to be authentic and respectful. Abuse of older people comes in many forms, and Hourglass urges anyone affected to make contact with us. More details for the storyline will be revealed with full spoilers for the week at midnight. Eastenders airs Riskiest plan yet for the 6 amid Sharon arrest in early BBC iPlayer release. Linda was horrified to learn that Suki Panesar, Kathy Cotton and Stacey Slater had decided to hand the weapon in if they themselves were arrested. Johnny vowed to get Sharon off the hook, while Linda spiraled and ended up having a heart-to-heart with George Knight, whose wisdom inadvertently helped Linda decide to hand herself into the police. At the same time, Sharon warned Johnny to make Linda tell the truth, or she would do so herself. Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, struggled to comprehend the lady's plan while Linda summoned the Vic to explain that she was going to confess. Just as Johnny revealed that Sharon was remaining in custody for at least another 24 hours, Johnny was furious that Linda wanted to throw away her future, and he pointed out the holes in her plan to leave the others out of her confession. But Linda wouldn't back down, asking for the 6 to hand over the weapon before saying a secret goodbye to younger children Ollie and Annie. But as Stacey and Johnny spoke of Linda's intentions outside, the day took another unexpected turn. The pair intervened when Harvey Monroe, Ross Boatman, exposed Dean Wicks, Matt D'Angelo, for messing with his daughter Jade Massoud's, Elizabeth Green, medication, and Linda was soon on the scene to express her own disgust at her rapist. While Dean goaded Linda and Johnny, and as Dean laughed and smirked and teased his exit, Harvey wondered why Dean had evaded justice, and an idea soon planted in Stacey's mind. Before long, Kathy visited Linda to relay a new plan. The murder weapon was about to be planted in Dean's flat. Stacey was then seen at Dean's, where she furtively hid the thermometer in her jacket. He told her he was too busy to chat, but Stacey insisted they should clear the air before he left. Stacey found a way to linger in the flat, making out that Dean and Linda ought to draw a line under everything that had happened. But will Stacey manage to plant the meat thermometer undetected? Anyone affected by Linda's story can find support by visiting Rape Crisis, or calling their 24/7 rape and sexual abuse support line on 0808-500-2222. Eastenders characters recall memorable affairs amid Stacey and Jack's scandal. Eastenders took viewers on a trip down memory lane in the latest edition as the fallout from Jack Branning's affair with Stacey Slater led the Walford locals to recall several past liaisons. We all know that Eastenders, among other soaps, is famous for its scandalous flings and affairs, and while the cheating trope has grown tired in recent years, we'll never forget the show's most memorable love triangles. Join us as we dive into this nostalgic look at the BBC soap's iconic, messy and heartbreaking betrayals and entanglements, told through the eyes of fan-favorite characters. With Jack and Stacey's behavior now public knowledge, his wife Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, was given a pep talk by daughter Chelsea Fox reminding her of Jack's past indiscretions. "Jack's been a lot of places," Chelsea pointed out. Housemate Felix Baker, Matthew Morrison, had clearly heard all about her romantic history, as he was quick to retort, "Yeah, you should know. Just saying." Back in 2010, Jack and future stepdaughter Chelsea, then played by Tiana Benjamin, shared a mutual attraction and began dating. While both were single at the time, Jack was still very much in love with on-off girlfriend Ronnie Mitchell, Samantha Womack. After he was shot and began his recovery, Chelsea declared her love, but Jack revealed his feelings for Ronnie and ended their relationship. Chelsea soon believed she was pregnant with Jack's baby and decided not to tell him, only to take another test and learn that she wasn't expecting after all. Years later, Chelsea attempted to seduce Jack while he was married to her mom, hoping to stop him from reporting her drug smuggling to the police. Jack turned her down, but it's good to see that Eastenders hasn't forgotten his awkward past with Chelsea. Stacey Slater and Bradley and Max Branning. At least she wasn't going out with his son at the same time. "Just saying, Branning brothers," remarked Jack's sassy daughter Penny Branning as she and cousin Lauren Branning discussed his affair with Stacey. Between 2006 and 2007, Stacey dated Bradley Branning. Charlie Clements had an affair with his father Max, Jake Wood, after Bradley dumped her, then later reunited with and wed Bradley, but Max was shamelessly smitten and kissed Stacey on the big day, which was unwittingly recorded by his daughter Lauren, then played by Madeline Duggan, who played the tape on an unforgettable Christmas day in front of the horrified family. "I'm not saying that she's slept with everyone, but," said Jay Brown in the present, as he gossiped with Honey Mitchell over a training session. Now Stacey has slept with 3 Branning men, reminding everyone of her past just as she had shed that image as a mother and grandmother, Jack Branning and Ronnie, Roxy and Sam Mitchell. Honey summed up Jack's own previous misdemeanors brilliantly as she countered Jay's suggestion that Stacey had more form. Which one of them got his own wife's sister pregnant, and her cousin? Yes, in 2008 Jack had a one-off fling with Roxy Mitchell, Rita Simons, while he was still dating her sister Ronnie. Roxy fell pregnant with Amy, Ellie Dodd, and Ronnie learned the truth when Jack was confirmed as the father on, when else? Christmas Day. Later, while single, Jack began seeing Sam Mitchell while she was re-engaged to ex-husband Ricky Butcher. Their affair was exposed just as Jack was hoping to find an absent Ronnie and win her back, and Sam was later revealed to be pregnant. When Ricky Jr. was born, Sam lied that the DNA results confirmed Ricky as the dad, but as we all know, it was in fact Jack. Ronnie had ordered Sam to lie after reuniting with Jack herself. Jack forgave Ronnie for this, and she somehow overcame his liaisons with her relatives to marry him twice. Kathy Cotton and Phil and Grant Mitchell. In 1998, having returned from South Africa, Kathy Beale had a fling with Grant Mitchell, the brother of her ex-husband Phil, but, still preferring Phil, Kathy asked him to leave Walford with her and their son Ben. Phil turned her down out of loyalty to Grant so he could join in a robbery, but Kathy revealed their tryst, frustrated by Phil's decision to choose his sibling over her. Grant then told Phil that he only slept with Kathy in revenge for Phil's past affair with Grant's wife Sharon Watts. In the aftermath, following a showdown which saw Grant's car plunge into the River Thames, Kathy and Phil agreed that their relationship was over for good.